Okay, we're going on to question 3. This time we have to multiply out the bracket and we have to simplify the expression once we've done that. So the first question, A, is 3 times x plus 1. So we're going to multiply the x plus 1 by the 3. 3 times the x gives 3x. 3 times the plus 1 gives plus 3. Now, you do not multiply the 4 by the 3 because the 4 is not inside the bracket. So that just stays as a plus 4. Okay? So, tidying this up, we've got this 3 plus 4, which adds to 7. We end up with 3x plus 7. Right, the next question. Everything in the bracket is multiplied by the 4 in front of it. So we get 4 times 2y, which is 8y. 4 times the positive 5 or the plus 5. 4 5s are 20. It becomes plus 20. The minus 15 is outside the bracket, so we need to deal with that as well. So we tidy this up. We've got the 8y, and then we've got a positive 20, take away 15, which means we've got plus 5. Right, now be careful the next one because the 6 has got nothing to do with the bracket here. It's just the 2 that we're going to multiply the bracket by. Okay, so you just leave the 6 as it is at the moment. And then we're going to do a positive 2 times 3e. So 2 3s are 6, that becomes plus 6e. Then we have a positive 2 times a negative 3. Positive times a negative makes a negative. So it's going to end up being a subtract. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so we've got a number 6, take away 6, which is 0. And we've got a positive 6e. So we're just left with 6e for that one. Right, the next one, the bracket's been multiplied by the negative 4 in front of it. Okay, so the 13, just keep that as it is. Then we've got negative 4 times 3. So negative 4 times 3 is negative 12, so it's take away 12. Then we've got a negative 4 times a negative 2t. So the negative times a negative becomes a plus, positive. 4 times the 2t is 8t. Okay, 13 take away 12 is 1, plus 8t. It's also fine if you had written down 8t plus 1. That would be correct as well. Right, next one, we're not just multiplying by a number, but we're multiplying by 3x. So 3x times the x gives 3x squared. We then get 3x times a positive 1, so it's plus 3x. This is not in the bracket, so that's just minus 3x on the end. So if we tidy it up, we've got a positive 3x, take away 3x, which is 0. So we're just left with 3x squared. Okay, next one. Right, so the bracket's in the middle of the expression. So this is the bracket that we're going to multiply out. But first of all, we've got this 12y. So 12y stays there just now. We then get a negative 3y times a 2y. So negative 3 times 2 becomes minus 6. Y times y, y squared. Then we've got to do the negative 3y times the minus 4. Negative times negative makes positive, so it's going to be a plus. 3 times 4 is 12y. Then you've got this bit on the end. Excuse me, you've got a plus 3y squared. That might Don't know if you can see that, but there's a wee plus 3y squared on the end there. Okay, tidy that up. We've got a 12y. Now this is where you need to be careful. You can only add things that are the same. So we've got a 12y and then we've got a plus 12y. So because they're both terms in y, we can add them together. 12 add 12 is 24, so we've got 24y. We then have terms in y squared. So we've got a negative 6y squared and we've got a plus 3y squared. So negative 6 plus 3 gives negative 3 and it's y squared. Okay. So next one, we've got two brackets to multiply out and then tidy up. So you're going to multiply this bracket out first. 2 times b is 2b. 2 times 3 is plus 6. Then you're going to multiply out this bracket here. So positive 3 times 2b gives plus 6b. Positive 3 times negative 1. Positive times a negative, you end up with a negative. 3 ones are 3. Okay, we can then tidy that up. So we've got a 2b plus 6b gives us 8b. And then we've got the positive 6, take away 3, which means we've got plus 3. Right, next one's got two brackets as well. So we'll deal with this one first. So 5 times 2a gives 10a. 5 times 6 gives 30. Okay, now be careful with this second one because there's a negative, it's a minus 2 times the bracket. So you need to remember when you're multiplying out the bracket that that's got a negative in front of it. So we'll do that, then that. So negative 2 times 4a, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8a. Negative 2 times 15. Negative times a positive, so that's becomes a minus. 2 times 15 is 30. Okay, and then you can tidy it up. We've got 10a minus 8a, which leaves 2a. And then we've got a positive 30, take away 30, which is 0. So it's just 2a. Right, and the last one in this question. So we'll multiply that bracket out first. 5a times a is 5a squared. 5a times 3 is plus 15. Okay, now again we've got a negative here that you need to watch for. So you've got negative 2a times 2a. Not add, multiply. So you need to do negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And the a times the a is a squared. Then you've got the negative 2a times a positive 5. Negative times a positive is again negative. 2a times 5 gives 10a. Okay, so then we tidy it up and we can only add or subtract the things that are the same term. So we've got 5a squared, take away 4a squared. So that becomes 1a squared or just a squared. Right, and then we've got a number and we've got just a 10a, so we can't add them together. So you've got an add 15 and you've got a take away 10a. That's fine, but more conventionally we write them in order. So a squared is a higher power than that, so we would then put that and the number last. But that's fine. That's acceptable. That's just it rearranged. A bit tidier. Okay.